Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your weekend. I am just jumping on the live stream this morning, guys, and I'm a bit early. From my previous times that I've been going live around the 10:30 a.m. mark. And the reason being is because there's no more basketball. So basketball season is over. I'm going to do my best to try to get here in between 8:30 and 9:15 on Saturdays going forward while basketball season isn't here. But guys, welcome to the broadcast this morning, guys. It is June the 10th, man. We are already halfway through the year, guys. It's already, can you believe we're already in the 6th month of the year already? It's going by fast. It's absolutely going by super fast. And I would tell you like this, man. Um, the next 6 months is going to go by even faster, right? It almost seems like time speeds up. I think about some of the times where I'm in the middle of the work week, and I think about like, okay, well, when is the weekend? And next you blink of an eye, you're already into the weekend, and the next you're in the weekend, you're like, can I slow down? Can I slow down time? And before you know it, the weekend is already over, and that's just the repetitive cycle of it, guys. And if you're not finding enjoyment into what you're doing on a daily basis, you probably need to be considering to do something else. You probably need to be considering doing something else, and especially if you're not getting paid the money that you want to make on a daily basis, you probably need to consider doing something else. And this morning, guys, we're going to be talking about cybersecurity. We're going to be talking about cybersecurity because cybersecurity could be the thing that you potentially want to do. And there are so many new resources that are out there that I'm going to be talking about today that you can leverage in order for you to make that career switch into something like cybersecurity. There are so many people that just entered this field and they're looking to help the skill gap that we have in the United States around cybersecurity. And that's something that I have a big interest in myself. That's why, I partnered with the company Level Careers. That's why I partnered with, companies like Course Careers. And that's why I partnered with people like Master IT and Kev IT's tech support, right? To get people into some of these roles so that they can have a high paying job and have the skills needed for the future and so forth. That's what we're going to be talking about first today, guys. We're also going to be talking about remote work, man. I'm going to tell you like this, guys. Companies are really starting to put their hard hands down onto remote work, right? No longer do companies want their employees to work remotely all the time, right? And that's something that you guys are going to have to get used to, especially if you're looking to break into tech. Right at one point in time, back in the 2020, 2021, remote work was the new norm, and everybody thought it was going to be here to stay. And for some companies, it is here to stay. I mean, let's just get real, right? For some companies, it's here to stay. But for a lot of companies now, with the squeeze into the economy, the lack of innovation, that's a huge piece of it. They're looking to bring their employees back to the office, back to the office, so that they can build solid relationships and have opportunities to innovate. And people inside those companies, right, are saying that they want to be in the office. That's what they're saying too. They're saying that they want to be in the office. So if you guys are getting upset about remote work, you got to talk to your coworkers, man. You got to talk to your coworkers. So your coworkers are suggesting that you guys get back to the office. So we're going to talk about remote work and some of the jobs that you guys can get, or some of the roles that are out there that have more opportunities for remote work if you want to stay in remote work. And let it be known that you may not have that privilege anymore as you once did. And last, we're going to be talking about a young lady who made the pivot from an entrepreneur, right? She made the pivot from an entrepreneur over to that of tech sales. And we're going to listen to her video on how she was able to do it. And hopefully that will give you guys some encouragement on for yourself if you're looking to make that pivot as well too. So let's jump right into it, guys. We're going to jump right into it. It's going to be a decent size screen today. I'm not going for a long time, and I just want to make that clear. But I'm going to hit on some topics early, and we're going to start off with Accenture. Accenture is the one that said we're going to enter the workforce. So let me pull this up real quick. Let me present my screen. Let me do a quick screen share and get over there. so that you guys can, okay, let's go here. Chrome tab. There we go. There we go. I'll be dealing with this StreamYard now, man. And StreamYard for me is new, and I only use it, every once in a while when I'm traveling remote and so forth. But Accenture launches a free cybersecurity upskilling program in an effort to fill 1 million entry level jobs. Guys, you guys know that, around the world, there are 3.4 million open cybersecurity jobs worldwide. I mean, that's a lot of damn jobs, guys. You're talking about from all the different continents that we have, the 7 different continents, all the people that we have. And there's over 3.4 million cybersecurity jobs that are out there. And there are more than 700,000 of those being in the US, right? So with that number being so large, right? So many people, so many companies are looking to tackle and figure out how we can solve that skill shortage that we have, right? And companies like Accenture, they announced their Cyber Million program in partnership with Immerse Labs, a cybersecurity company. An initiative is there to really work on solving the global deficit of skilled cybersecurity professionals, something that we talk about often on this channel. They basically are saying, hey, you have all these jobs out here, 3.4 million jobs around the world. You have very little people who are trained into this specialty of information technology. What is it that we can do to help individuals learn the cybersecurity skills that they need in order for them to be able to get the jobs that they want to get and make the money that they want to get? So they set out themselves to create such a program. And the goal of the program is to work on filling 1 million entry-level cybersecurity jobs during the next decade. That's a lot. I'm talking about 1 million. I mean, that's a lot. And you think about it, that's 700 open cybersecurity jobs for today in the US. What is it going to be like in 2024? What is that number going to be in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and so forth, right? So these guys are looking to fill 1 million entry-level cybersecurity jobs over the next decade. At least that's what they say their goals are. And they're saying that, they got programs out there that are expensive, right? And these programs create a barrier to entry. So they are deciding to do it for free. That's what they're deciding to do it for, right? So you guys can go and get yourself a free cybersecurity education, go into your own little boot camp, your own self-study, and really come out learning or come out with the skills that you need in order for you to make a salary of as much as $80,000 a year, right? And the program themselves says, they said the program has 2 options, right? The option that they're talking about here is the Cybersecurity Fundamentals collection, right? So it's going to teach you the fundamentals of cybersecurity, and it has introductory courses on cybersecurity. And you also have a Defense Security Operations collection that includes exercises for participants to learn and demonstrate the cybersecurity skills they develop. And it's basically saying that both of these labs will get you the skills or help you gain the skills that you need in order for you to enter the job market. And they are saying also that their program is recognized by the NIST as well as the NICE. These are organizations that recognizes cybersecurity professionals and give accreditations and so forth around the world. So you're not just going to get some sort of boot camp, or you're not going to get some skills in some area where the fundamentals or the exercises that you're going to be doing or the curriculum is not based on anything, right? This is based on internationally recognized program and a internationally recognized company that is looking at the curriculum and saying, all right, well, this is a great curriculum and people around the world can leverage this. So the jobs that you can get after you complete this program, guys, the jobs that you can get is that of a cybersecurity operation analyst, information security operations analyst, a security monitoring analyst, a cyber operations analyst, a security operations centers analyst. So that's a SOC analyst, guys. Security operations center analyst, IT security operations. And guys, they're saying like the job starting salaries from any of these roles are from 50,000 to 80,000. I can tell you this: SOC analysts, information security analysts are making around $97,000 on average today, and that's even at the entry level roles, guys. So Some of these roles that you can get are going to pay you more. Some of these roles are going to pay you a little bit less, especially depending on the level of skills that you're able to display and so forth. And one of the things that they're also saying is, guys, if you go and get yourself a master's degree in cybersecurity, you can be making as much as $200,000 a year. You got a lot of people out here who are looking to make that transition. I believe I saw something on Instagram, no, not Instagram, but LinkedIn, on our friend Della, who's been on the show, who was in cybersecurity sales, tech sales. She just took a step back in her career, or took a step forward within her career, and she's choosing to get her master's degree in cybersecurity because she wants to be on the more defense side, on the technical side, and so forth. And her getting a degree, a cybersecurity degree, or a cybersecurity master's degree, she's going to have the ability to make around $200,000 a year, especially with her go-getter mindset and so forth. And she wants to break back into tech sales with the knowledge that she has. She could be making even more money. So just want to share that with you guys. Accenture is the one that has come up with a free cybersecurity upskilling program in an effort to fill 1 million entry-level jobs. But Accenture isn't the only one, guys. Accenture isn't the only one. You guys heard that Google has done the exact same thing as well. So let's talk about Google's course. And then what I'll also do is I'll share with you guys, because Level Careers have dropped theirs as well too. And what I will tell you is this: you're probably going to be wondering, okay, but which one should I do? Well, which one should I do? Well, before I answer that, let's talk about the Google certificate program for cybersecurity. You don't need to be in school in order for you to get a cybersecurity certificate from Google. And what Google has done, guys, and I love this about Google, because in partnership with Black Heights, if you are a premium, a professional Patreon member, one of the things that is a benefit for you is you get access to Google IT certificates, because they partnered with us and they basically said, for every one of your professional members that you have, Antoine, we'll give you a license to certificate programs. And that's IT project management, that is IT help desk, that is digital marketing, that is project management, program management, and data analytics, and so forth. And I'm going to tell you like this: the data analytics one is a really good certificate. I'm actually doing it myself. I think I'm on module 3 at this point in time, and it's been very helpful for me in understanding and leveraging it to become better at spreadsheets and manipulating data in spreadsheets and so forth, because that's my job. I do that just about every single day. So in order for me to get better at that, I decided to sign up for the Google Data Analytics certificate, and it's been very, very, very helpful. So Google has rolled out the cybersecurity certificate as well too as part of this program. So not only is it just 6 certificate programs that you can have access to, you become a professional Patreon member, or if you don't want to, Google has its own version of it, and you can pay for that license. And I believe it's, if you were to go through the program with Google, it's probably going to be about, if you were to complete it within 6 months, it'd probably cost you around like $300 or something like that. But you got Google entering the space as well with their partnership with Coursera. And they're basically saying the exact same thing, guys. We have millions of jobs around the world that are open for cybersecurity, right? We have so much talent that's out there today that don't have skills in cybersecurity. We have so much talent that exists out there that aren't even in the tech space, that want to make more money. It could be in warehousing, could be in retail, could be in teaching and so forth. And they want to make more money. They want to adapt to the new times. They want to prepare themselves for the future and not get left behind. Well, they said, okay, well, let's create this program to help people break into the cybersecurity space as well. And with Google Coursera, they're basically teaching you the same sort of fundamentals as well as what we talked about in the Accenture program. And basically, they're saying this, guys: you can complete this within 6 months. This can change your entire life. And I think that's pretty awesome for when you have companies like Google, you have companies like Accenture that are investing into people in their education, and basically saying, guys, you don't need to go to school with a 4-year degree in order for you to break into these new fields, to be coming out of school making a good amount of money, right? Or you can do it from out of high school. And that's the cool thing about it as well, too, guys, is no longer do you have to go and get a 4-year degree in order for you to break into these fields, because these are entry-level jobs, and entry-level jobs are there for people coming out of high school as well, too, because you're an adult, right? So for people who don't know what they want to do within their career, if they don't have a good understanding of what they want to do coming out of high school, consider programs like this Accenture program. Consider programs like Google Coursera and Google courses that they have out there in order for you to gain the skills that you need in order for you to break into the tech space so that you can make the money that you want to make. So that's Google, guys. Google has done a fantastic job. Big fan of them. They're a partner of ours. They continue to roll out new things that help my audience and so forth. And guys, if you want to become part of the Patreon, go ahead and join and sign up for the Patreon as well, too. You'll get access to a world-class community, over 100 members, part of the Black Heights Patreon, there to support each other and so forth. And what I would tell you is this, is no matter if you, whatever program that you choose, right, whether it's Leveled, whether it's Accenture, whether it is Google Coursera, these programs really don't have the communities behind them, right? So you want to involve yourself with a group of like-minded individuals that are going to, support you while you're going through this transformation journey, because we understand that the transformation journey isn't always easy. The transformation journey can be very, very difficult at times, especially if you're coming from a, past experience of not seeing things through. Well, the Black Heights community is there to support you. Not only that, you get access to myself as a coach and a career, a professional career coach, as well as a mentor as well. You get access to the community, you get access to Black Heights swag, you get access to events that we actually have and so forth. So guys, if you're looking to do any of this career changing or career transformation, consider joining a group, guys. It doesn't have to be the Black Heights Patreon, doesn't have to be the Black Heights community. It could be whatever group that you want. But my advice for you is to consider joining a group so that you have the support that you need, because times are going to get tough. I put a post on Instagram the other day, and it was a man driving a boat, because I love boats, right? I love boats. I own a boat and so forth. And one of the things that you have to recognize as a captain in a boat is that you are in control and you are responsible for everything that goes on in this boat. It was this lady that was sitting in the front of the bow, right? The front of the boat, especially if it's a bow rider kind of a boat, which has open seating. She was sitting on the front of the boat and she was sitting in the bow. Well, the guy was driving and he was coming back into a channel that had some really choppy waves. Anyway, he didn't lift the bow up, in which there's a way that you can actually do that if you're a captain of a boat, so that you cut through the waves versus your bow going down under the water. Anyway, the lady sitting up in the front and the bow just chilling, and the captain just makes that mistake. And next thing you know, a big wave comes crashing over the bow and knocks the lady off of her seat. So she's probably pissed off at the captain. The captain is like, what's going on? And so forth. And he's the one that's responsible for this. And I use this analogy because when you're breaking into a career such as tech sales, cybersecurity, you're going to think from the get-go that it's going to be super easy for you, right? And it probably will be early on, but there's going to be a time where you're going to feel like you don't know the information. There's going to be a time where you're going to not know the information, and you're going to feel like that wave came crashing over the bow and knocked you on your ass. Well, that's the time when you're going to need a community there to support you. They're going to be able to say, hey, you know what? Your captain was wrong, right? Or you didn't do something like this, right? This is the better way for you to go about, this. So this is the way that you should probably study, or this is what you should be doing in order for you to get over that little challenge. That's the whole point of needing a community, guys. And when you are around a community, you can share what you're going through, and they can give you the feedback that you need in order for them to encourage you to keep moving forward, because it isn't always easy breaking into the tech space. It's not, right? Sometimes you feel like you're on an island, especially when the majority of us are remote today. So Google, as well as Accenture, are doing some fantastic things. I want to talk to you guys about Leveled as well, too, right? So Google and Accenture are bringing out free programs. You guys should consider the paid programs as well, too, right? Consider the paid programs as well, too. And why would I advise for you guys to consider the paid programs? Well, because the paid programs are going to be those programs like Leveled Careers, right? Where they have instructors who have the knowledge of the cybersecurity space, right? Instructors who have YouTube channels, instructors that you can actually get access to, and that comes at a charge, right? One of the things that you're not going to get with Accenture and the Google Coursera is you're not going to get that community, right? With Level, you get a community. They have their own Discord, right? They have their own Discord where you have access to the instructor, Josh Modikar, right? So, this program itself, the cybersecurity bootcamp, that Level that we sponsor, guys, it's only $497. And with the Black 100 discount, right? With the Black 100 discount, you're going to knock off $50 off that. So you're going to be paying $447 for a cybersecurity bootcamp that's going to give you access to the instructor. That's going to give you access to a community that's going through it as well, right? It's going to give you access to folks like me, because we're going to partner with them to do career coaching and career counseling as well too, right? So that comes at a charge, and for only $500, I would basically say, right, you can transform your career as well too, right? And you can do it at the comforts, in the comforts of your own home. You can do it in the comforts of your school or wherever it is. So guys, consider not Course Careers, but Level Careers, a partner of ours who's helping to transform the skill game as well too. I like to call it the skill game, right? Because it's all about skills. That's what it's about. It's helping to give people the skills that they need in order for them to break into the space of cybersecurity. And it's taught by the wonderful instructor, Josh Modikar, who I've had on the channel about 2 weeks ago. Go and check out that live stream that we did as well too. Josh is a wonderful guy, right? He's been in the tech space for a very long time. And one of the things that resonated with me when him and I spoke was, he said this. I asked him the question, what was it that got you into tech? And he said, Antoine, you know what? I come from a single parent home, right? I didn't want to be poor anymore. That's what he said. And that's what helped him make that transition in order for, and it started him down the journey of breaking into tech and making the money that he makes now. And he's done contracted jobs for, Microsoft. He's worked for, the Googles. He's worked for some very large companies. And he's basically taken the knowledge that he has gained from working for these large companies and how he's been able to help people break into things like cybersecurity. And he's giving back, and he's giving back in the form of a course that only costs about $497 and gives you access to him, gives you access to a community, gives you access to a Discord, gives you a whole bunch of free content so that you can study the Security Plus and your CISSP and so forth. So guys, consider it. And with the Black 100 discount code, you will be only paying about $447, around $450, in order for you to break into the cybersecurity space as well too. And then you have a whole bunch of other people going through that as well too. So that's where the community really comes in at. Over 500 people have signed up for the course. And I would say right now, with me looking at the statistics, there's probably about 200 active people that are currently in the course, that are giving people feedback, that are helping people with their labs and so forth. And that's the difference that Josh's course provides over the other courses that are out there. Right, in the Accenture course, they do have labs, but Josh gives you even more labs. And he wants you to do these labs and consistently do them, and do them so that you rebuild that level of muscle memory, so that when you get to that interview, you can speak about it and you're confident into your abilities. And that's the difference that Josh says that sets you apart, right, from or entry level people apart from the people that actually gets the jobs. It's this small little gap here of people actually practicing their labs and doing it over and over and over and over and over again, to where it becomes something that they can do with it like the back of their hands. And once you're able to do it that way, you can actually communicate that way as well too, helping you communicate the confidence that you can actually do the job for a company. So consider Level Careers, guys. Use the Black 100 discount code on that, and you'll get that course for about $450. And not only that, with me being a partner, it helps out the Black Heights channel as well too, guys. So consider Josh's course a fantastic course. We've gotten nothing but fantastic feedback from the folks who've gone on it. You can go or if you jump into your LinkedIn, what you'll do, guys, is you'll see a whole bunch of people with the level certificates these days now, right? And you're starting to see the level certificates, just like the course career certificates, because level is helping people to break into the cybersecurity space as well as the tech sales space as well too, guys. So consider it. Use the Black 100 discount code, and you will be on your way. And we need you guys. We need you guys in the cybersecurity space. 700 jobs that are open. Get your ass in the cybersecurity space, man. That's what I want to say, guys. You know what? Get into the cybersecurity space. If you're not making the money that you want to make in your career, if you want the opportunity to become more technical, right? If you want to do meaningful work, if you want to put yourself on a trajectory to make close to $200,000 a year within your career, consider cybersecurity, guys. Consider cybersecurity. All right, we're going to transition now. I have quite a bit of energy this morning, and let me slow it down for just a bit. And we're going to talk about, guys, the remote work opportunities, right? 10 jobs with the most remote work opportunities, because many of you guys want to stay home. You want to stay in your office. You want to stay in your house. You want to work from your bed. You want to work with your pajamas on, right? You want to work while you're, you haven't even gotten dressed yet and brush your teeth. Oh, here's 10 jobs with the most remote work opportunities, because remote work, it is becoming less and less. If you go on to LinkedIn, you go on any of these job boards, and you look at the roles and you look at where they're asking you to be, a lot of them are saying hybrid, a lot of them are saying on site now. Whereas before, it was a guarantee that you're going to be on site. But now the majority of them, or what I mean before, they were guaranteed you're going to be on site before the pandemic happened. You're going to be on site for the majority of your career, unless you are some executive and you got that privilege to be able to work remote, right? And since COVID, you got that opportunity to work remote, and now they're pulling it back now. They're saying, nope. We need you guys back in the office. Get in there so you can compete. Get in there so you can learn from the other individuals. Get in there so you can build those relationships with the people that are going to grow within their career. Get in there so that you can build those soft skills up, because we already understand that, to build your soft skills, you have to practice. And you have to practice by being around people and working directly with people and communicating with people. And if you're not doing that in the office presence, then you're going to, your soft skills are going to be behind. And we understand that soft skills is what really help people to have success within their overall career. But let's talk about the 10 roles, guys, that have the majority or the most remote work opportunities that are out there. Project management specialist. Guys, if you want to work remote majority of your career, you want to break in, tech, or you want to, find a role within tech and make a pivot, I would say that project management is that role that you guys can get into. I'll talk about project management quite a bit, guys. One day we're going to come up with our own version of a course for project managers that will help them break into the space as well too. But you already have people who are in it. The Google professional certificates that you will get as part of the professional Patreon member, they have their project management certificate and so forth. So you can leverage that in the time being until Level comes out with their own version of it. But project management specialists, guys, project managers work remote. They work with people all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. And these guys get a lot of remote work opportunities. Other ones are computer information systems managers. So if you are in some sort of tech role, if you are IT manager, or you are a information security or information systems manager, more than likely you're going to have a remote job, because you don't need to necessarily be into a physical location for these kinds of roles. So another one from project manager is the information systems manager. Lawyers as well too, guys, they can work remote as well. You have other ones as in management analysts. So consultants, they travel a lot, right? So they have to go and visit clients, but they have the ability to work remote. What are some other ones? Market research analysts and marketing specialists. Guys, if you're interested into the marketing space and you want a job that's remote, or you want to have a remote career, these are the jobs today that are allowing for you to work remote and have the majority of their roles being remote. QA testers, right? You got some folks who are in quality assurance, QA. I think our brother Kevin, the tester, who's maybe in the chat today, he's a QA specialist as well too, and I would think that he works remote. So, guys, if you are a QA tester for a product or a services company, you can work remote as well. Sales reps. This is me, guys. This is the folks who are in tech sales. Tech sales reps, wholesale manufacturing, technical and scientific products, and so forth. Guys, we're in sales. I'm gonna put it like this: you're going to be remote. You have to travel quite a bit, right? Depending on the type of products and services that you are selling, you have to go and visit your customers. But you can wake up and work from your house. You don't have to be in an office, right? And especially as you become more senior in your sales career, you're more than likely going to be in a remote role. So if you want to make a lot of money within your career, consider a career in tech sales. We talk about tech sales often. If you want to break into tech sales, consider course careers as well. The fastest boot camp or the best boot camp and the fastest boot camp that will help you break into the tech sales world. We got our brother Damien who just completed that. Now he's at one of the fastest growing startups in the US in the cybersecurity. He broke into tech sales himself within like a matter of 47 days, absolutely crushing it today. And he's on his journey to make multiple six figures as well too, right? So if you want to break into tech sales, consider Course Careers, another partner of ours. Use the code Antoine50. That will help you get a $50 discount off of that course, which will be around $450. And with this, you investing into yourself, $500, $450, guys, you'll be on your way to making well over $60,000 a year, guys, OTE. And the last one is that of web developers, right? We already know the programmers, coders, and so forth, they can work remote. You have to be good at it. You have to be really good at it. So the more experience you have in the development world, the more than likely you're going to be working remote. Early on, you may not be working remote. But if you want to become a web developer, you want to work a remote job, if that's what's of interest to you, consider becoming a web developer, especially if you are, in school or that's your path. You feel like you want to be more on the technical side. Consider that of a career of a web developer, especially if you want to work remote and work from all over the world. So, guys, that's the 10 roles that are out there that have the most remote work opportunities. But let's go to the point that I was making. I want to give you guys what Google is saying, because the reason why I like to use articles from like Google and so forth is because they're leaders in their space, right? They are leaders in the space of technology, and they kind of, are trendsetters in some aspect of it, right? Because they get a lot of the news, they get a lot of the publicity and so forth. And when you read articles like this, Google is getting tougher on in-office work and says it will consider attendance and employee performance reviews, right? You already know what other companies are going to do, right? If Microsoft is talking about it, if Facebook is making people return back to the office, now Google is talking about it and how they are going to get tougher on in-office work. You already know it's coming for the company that you work for or the company that you will be working for. They're going to want the majority of you guys back into the office. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So Google is getting stricter about in-office work, telling the staff that the company will factor office attendance as part of their performance reviews. And that's just what the new reality is going to be. The tech giant will also track turnout through badge data according to additional documents. So, if you're going to the office, they're going to be able to see these reports because they're going to get the office attendance and so forth. And that's all going to go now into your performance reviews. I don't know what you guys think about that. Tell me what you guys think about that. Leave me a comment in the chat. Communicate about that, guys. Do you think that's whack? Do you think that's terrible? Do you think they're doing what they need to do? I think they're doing what they need to do. You know what? You want to make the money that you want to make, sometimes you got to listen to other people's rules, right? Until you own your own, you can create your own rules. But it is what it is, right? They're saying, Antoine, you need to be back in the office to make the money that you make. Shit, I'm going to the office. It's just what it is. Yeah, I might complain about it. I might get upset. I might tell them that they need to provide me a car stipend or a gas stipend or something like that. But at the end of the day, I'm getting back to the office. And that's what we have to realize, guys. We aren't in that level of control until we, have our own and own our own. So they're also saying that for staff that already been approved for to work remotely, right? Because that's a question that a lot of people are going to have as well too. Hey, I've been already approved. My manager said I can work remote and so forth. Well, that's fine. You can continue to work remote for some of these guys who've been approved. But they're also are going to let you know that, you not getting to the office, it's still going to hurt your performance review, right? Or it's going to go on your performance review, right? So if the culture is starting to transform into, guys, we want you in the office, and you're the one that's not in the office, even if you're a high employee, don't think that's not going to penalize your opportunities potentially for moving forward. So do what you can, guys. Do what you can in order for you to get to where you ultimately want to get to in your career and within your life. So you see companies like Google already pushing the envelope, Facebook, so forth, get back into the office. Guys, it's only coming. It's only a matter of time before you're going to have to get back in the office as well, too. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. All right, guys. So let's break into the last one that I wanted to talk about today. This coffee is good too, Ms. Wade. I appreciate you. I really appreciate this coffee. I want to talk about a young lady who's making the pivot into tech sales, and she made the pivot from being an entrepreneur. So let me see if I can bring this one up. I think this is going to be a good one. And share tab audio, lovely. So this is coming from Miss Ashley. I found her on YouTube as well too, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to hear her story. Looks like a well done video. I haven't really watched it yet, but one of my editors was like, Antoine, this should be a video that you should watch and really share this with the audience. Okay, so this is where we are right now. She made the pivot, guys, into tech sales, and we're going to hear her story right now, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, I'll give some commentary throughout the video as well too.
I'm owning my own freaking business to tech sales. Y'all sick of me yet? I started my business. I was doing photography for companies like this. I fully stepped into it like full time after I had my son. Part of it was that I made the decision. The other part of it was that I had no choice.
All right, let me stop it there. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear it. So she made a pivot into tech sales from being a photographer. She was an entrepreneur. She must have had a photographer or photography business where she would go and do this for companies, make pictures and take pictures and so forth. And she made the choice.
I had got laid off
because she got laid off and she had a baby. So she needed to make some additional money. And let's hear the rest of it.
A job I was doing that was hybrid. You haven't liked the video yet? Go ahead and smash that like button for me. I had to become a jack of all trades and learn a lot of things in a short amount of time because I had a short window to start making some freaking money. Right. I just found myself in this place of being very, very exhausted. Those grueling weeks of not seeing a paycheck. Finally, after 2 weeks of not seeing money coming, and then maybe that third week, there's like the light that finally happens. So somebody wanted to sign a contract or work with me. That felt good, but it was a very hot, cold thing. And it was more taxing on my mental health than anything, especially being a new mom. I've seen some.
All right. So let's unpack that. She got into the entrepreneurship world because she got laid off from a previous job, right? And she said, you know what? I have to make a way for me and my baby. She's a new mom, right? She's starting a business. Oh my God, that must have been brutal. Absolutely brutal. People, starting a business is difficult, guys. And you're not expected to make money for quite some time. She said she made money within the third week. That's good for her. She was hustling. She was grinding. She must have had some sort of contacts or something like that in order for her to be able to do that. But being a new mom and doing that itself, oh gosh, no sleep. I mean, just from owning a business, the things that go through your head, your mind never shuts off because there's always, something that you feel like you should be doing. And when you are just going out on your own to do photography, although you don't necessarily need to have a business plan or anything like that, right? But you still need to have a method to your madness, right? And you have to understand who your clients are going to be. And you have to understand where you're going to get your next paycheck, because you need to pay for baby formula or whatever it is. And I don't know if she's married or not, or what her husband does, or if she has a husband, or if she has a boyfriend. But there's a lot that goes into starting a business, is the ultimate point that I'm making. And doing that while being a mom to a newborn, absolutely brutal, 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 brutal. But she said she got a client within 3 weeks. And not only did she say she had a client, one of the things that she said also is that there's so many ways to an entrepreneurship journey, right? So you can get a client, your first client, they're probably going to pay you less than what you probably deserve, because you didn't set their prices the right way, because it's all new to you. And it's almost like you want to give people a trial before they purchase the full thing. That's just something that we do as humans. It's something as we do as entrepreneurs. When we start a business, we want to have some sort of like validation from people that our services are really good. And we typically discount the cost of our services or the prices of our services to give people, that opportunity to experience the valuable product that you put out there to the market. So for instance, if your hourly prices to be a photographer, is about $600 per hour. Well, when you are an entrepreneur and you're new to it, you probably only be charging somebody $200 an hour, just so that they can get the value and you can see if it's something that people are going to love and so forth. So you're not really selling yourself the right way, right? And that's another thing that really hurts you in the long run, because you need the money in order for you to support yourself and your family.
Stories where moms are killing it. That made me feel inadequate. Like, do I suck? Can I not do it? I've been studying, like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with my work? I started heavily critiquing myself, feeling imperfect. And then that played out in all of the parts of my life, right? Feeling like that, at least. I knew that something had to change. And I knew that this couldn't be it. I was just randomly on YouTube and I saw something about this guy in tech, and he made like $300,000 a year. I already shouted this video out, but it's the Anthony O'Neill show, and it's with Cyrus. That story hit me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you can make money like that in tech?
Yes, you can. You can make money like that in tech. You can make money like that in tech. I have a good brother of mine. His name is Chris. He may be in the chat as well, too. Patreon member of ours. Just broke into tech sales. He went from a support engineer to tech sales. And he had his first training session this week. And he got into the world of tech sales because of the influence of Big Brother Antoine and the Black Heights community, but also, me sharing my personal story with him as well, and me also showing the receipts that you can make, 300 plus within tech sales. I think I've even shown it to you all at one point in time. I had to go and, mute those videos because, it's not the right thing to be doing. But you can make that sort of money within tech sales, guys. You can make more than that. $300,000 is what I would say most middle, I would say junior sales executives are making these days, about $300,000 a year. That's the number around. I was in the 300s my first year of tech sales, and previously I was probably at the early 200s, right? But my first year in tech sales, I was well over $300,000. My second year in tech sales, I was in the high 300s. My third year tech sales, I was in the 400s. My fifth year of tech sales, I did over $500,000 that year. My seventh year of tech sales, I'm like, shit, that's what I'm in right now. And, we're over $500,000 a year, guys. This is what you can do in tech sales. Now, I must say this. I'm not like the enterprise salesperson anymore. I'm a leader of enterprise salespeople and organizations, right? So, but I got to this position by being in tech sales, right? By being really good at what I do. That gave me the visibility that I can take on other assignments, and also give me the ability to be visible to leaders in the company that I work for. And ultimately they said, all right, Antoine, this is, your growth, and we want to allow for you to, manage other parts of the business. And that comes with high salaries, guys. That's basically what it comes down to. So, the video with Cyrus and Anthony O'Neill that's out there, really, really, really great video, by the way. Talks about, tech sales and how you can make a whole bunch of money into it, and seeing guys like Damien and seeing guys like Christian who just broke into tech sales, and he talked to one of the account managers and golfed with them last week. You got guys on this team making 1.8 million. You got guys on this team coming home with $500,000 commission checks. That's the money that you can make in tech sales, guys. That's the money that you can make in tech sales. And she found a video online that basically said that you can do that. So she sounds like she wanted to listen and she was intrigued by it. Let's continue on.
I've heard about it because my aunt is in tech and she makes good money. She's been trying to convert the whole family. She's like, you need to get into it. There's money there. I'm like, cool, but I want to start my own business, right? Because I held that on such a high pedestal. I finally decided to make that move and pivot into tech. After watching that Anthony O'Neill video, I dropped the gem of course careers. I step into it. I do my research. So I take the course careers course. I passed. I got my certificate. And now I'm here. Here are like the main reasons why I decided to go that route. It was a lot of time and little reward initially with my business. You have to have the mental capacity to go through that and to push through it. I'm a new mom and it just didn't work for me. 2, I did not have enough capital to scale my business.
I love that she said that, guys. She didn't have capital to scale her business. Many of you guys, I'm going to tell you like this. You want to start your own business. You want to be your own entrepreneur. Everybody talks about it. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a boss. I'm a boss man. I'm a boss chick. I'm a boss, whatever. You're lying. I'm just going to tell you like this. We know you're lying. We know how you're lying by the way you live. We know you're lying by what you look like. We know you're lying by a lot of things that people can just see based on what comes out of your mouth and your behaviors and so forth. Being an entrepreneur is difficult, guys. And the majority of the people who have success in entrepreneurship are the ones who have the money to invest themselves. Have the money to invest in themselves, because that money isn't going to come from anybody else. So if you have the money to invest in your own little projects or your side hustles, you're going to have the ability to more than likely have the success, because then you can actually scale it. Early on, you don't have that money. You don't have that money at all. It's not coming from anywhere at all. Where is it coming from? When you don't have a job, or you don't have a job that's paying you a good amount of money so that you can actually put that into your business on the side. Most people can't do that because they can't even, take $1,000, right, and put that into a savings account. That's why people lose homes. That's why people, get cars repossessed, because if something happens in their life, they don't have that cash reserve, right? So it's better, in my opinion, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you should gain some high earning skills where they're going to pay you a shitload of money. While you're gaining and earning that money, set that money off to the side and use those skills to start your own business, and invest that money that you've earned over here into over here and see this grow. And when you see this grow, you can eventually say, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore. Or, you can make the choice, right, to do however you want to do it. But this is how your business is actually going to grow, when you are able to gain the skills in a industry or a role or a career or a job where they're going to pay you a significant amount of money, and you can leverage that money to go and invest in this other area without having to ask somebody for it, without having to get it from somebody else, and so forth, right? And that's why I would encourage you guys, if you want to make a bunch of money within your career, consider that of tech sales and do the exact same thing that she's did and have to figure out on her own, right? Entrepreneurship is difficult. It's very difficult. And being a new mom is difficult. And I would hope that people would understand that having a partner and having people in your life that support you are very important, especially being a mom and being a father. You need that support system, because that shit ain't easy at all. And if you want to make a whole bunch of money in your career, you're going to need the support system around you. You can't just have, say you're going to do things flying by the seat of your pants, starting a business, having a new baby, and thinking that's going to work for you. It doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't work that way.
That part really sucked. I was sending up to 60 emails a day, but that wasn't all I was doing. I was doing so much more. So I just couldn't keep up with the workload and be successful in it. And if I had the money, I would have paid somebody to do that part for me. 3rd, I was exhausted. I needed a team. I needed people to have my back and to do the things that maybe I wasn't good at. Maybe I hired experts to do what I couldn't do so that my business could scale even faster. One of the reasons I decided to actually step into tech was because the more time that you spend specifically with tech sales, the more reward you receive. Tech sales, a performance paid career. How good you perform that ultimately equals more pay. And it's
That's right. That's right. The better your performance, the more you're going to get paid. So the guy that Christian works with that makes 1.8 million, he's probably been in that role for a long time. And he's probably been crushing it for a long time. He probably got this one world-class deal and he sold it and he was able to crush it. My biggest payday was a lot of money because I sold a world-class deal and I got paid off of it. And the more you perform, the more you're going to get paid. If you crush your number and double that, your incentives are going to go up and up and up and up, allowing for you to make a lot more money.
Guaranteed, because you also have a base salary. So I'm like, wow, I get every 2 weeks, I know a check is coming in. On top of that, I get to earn commission based on how hard I work. I really enjoy learning how to sell for my business. I learned so much from that and how to build relationships from that. And so knowing that I can actually have a job that specifically focuses on that, and I don't have to be a jack of all trades to do it, that sounds like it's for me. Another thing is that it was just the best fit for me and my family. I was spending too much time and not getting enough money. And that meant that I had to have extra side hustles. So because I was a photographer, I was stepping into lifestyle photography, portraits, and all of those things, just trying to make an extra buck. My Saturdays and Sundays were starting to be taken up, which means more time away from my family. I had to make moves that best fit the family. I feel so much better. I feel so much lighter. And
all right, we're gonna stop it there, guys. A tremendous transformation here, a tremendous story of a new mom who broke into tech sales, right? And in some aspects of it, she was sold a dream that she can do it all, and we all understand that that's not the case, right? So, she realized that wasn't the case, and she saw that she can make up to $300,000 a year in a specific career, such as tech sales. She went and did course careers, sign up for course careers. For you guys looking to make that transition as well too, for $450 using the Antoine discount code, you can break into tech sales and have a career transformation like this young lady just had. Basically allowing her to get her time back, because being an entrepreneur, a photographer, she said it herself. It ate more of her time. She needed to make more money for her family. When you're spending more time in work than you are with your family, your balance is off. Your balance is off. And which therefore means that your family life is going to suffer. And this should be the most important part of you as an individual. Your family should be the most important part, because this is who you're doing it for. So yes, you can work a lot, but you also need to make sure that you're spending that time and that balance, gets up here or it gets back to the middle, right? And again, very few times there's going to be here in the middle. It's either going to be like this or it's going to be like this, depending on the extra season that you're in, right? But the goal here is to make sure that there's a balance that's there. And when you're spending too much time on work, right, your family life is going to suffer. That means your kids are going to suffer, right? You're going to have all kind of people raising your kids. That's not you. All kind of people influencing your kids. That's not you. Your parents, or the parents of the kids that you hang out with, are going to be influencing them, right? And therefore, you're going to be like, oh man, like, why are they picking up these terrible behaviors? Why are they doing these things? Because they're not damn raising your kids. You got somebody else raising your kids, guys. So the goal here is what she basically did is say, okay, well, I have this imbalance going on. I need to find a career that's going to allow for me to have a little bit more balance, right? And she said, I'm going to drop all of these extra things, this photography and things that are taking up my weekend from me spending time with my son and my family and so forth, right? Sounds like she may be married, which is a good thing. A fantastic thing, because marriage is absolutely wonderful. And, it allowed for her to balance that out, right? To really balance her life out, which allowed for her, I'm assuming, to have a better relationships with her families or her friends, and also to perform better in her career, right? So guys, go and check out Miss Ashley Brooks. Fantastic video, fantastic content creator that is talking about tech sales and her transformation. And guys, just do it. Just do it. That's all I have for you guys today. I want you guys to go and have a good rest of your Saturday. I'm going to spend some time with the family. I wanted to bring it to you today, guys, to talk to you guys about cybersecurity, right? And the ways that you can break into cybersecurity. We talked about Accenture. They're crushing it. Go and do a Google search. I'll have the links in the description later on today. Google that's came out with their own version of the cybersecurity training to help upscale people. Leveled, right? Those are 3 solid resources that you can leverage in order for you to change your life to break into cybersecurity. We also talked about remote jobs, right? The jobs that you can get, or if you want to work remotely, the jobs that you should consider. These jobs that we shared and we talked about today. We also talked about if you're breaking into tech, don't feel like you're gonna get a remote job, because tech companies today are saying, guys, get back to the office, right? So understand that the expectations there, you're probably going to have to be in the office. And last but not least, we talked about sales and how this young lady, Miss Ashley Brooks, transitioned from that of being an entrepreneur, a photographer, right? And running her own business and being a new mom, to that of really focusing on a high earning skill, transitioning to a high earning career so that she can support her family, support herself, and make a whole shitload of money. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, guys, peace. Oh, before I do that, I got super chats. Let me get to the super chats. I apologize, guys. I apologize. We're not gone yet. We're not gone yet. Ashton, I appreciate the $10 super chat, man. Wiki support to you, the BH channel. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Our brother, Professor Black Ops, guys, go and check out Professor Black Ops. Fantastic cybersecurity content creator, good brother of ours. Cybersecurity is now, he says. Let's go. And I'm gonna tell you like this, guys. You want to get into cybersecurity? Another free resource out there for you. Professor Black Ops, go and check out his YouTube channel. He's helping people to break into cybersecurity as well too. Let's go on to the next super chat. My apologies, guys. I wasn't paying attention to the chat, and I'm just I try not to a lot of the times because I get distracted, guys. Pat Garrett, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Double majoring in computer science and information systems because of you, man. That is fantastic, Pat. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat as well. And I think that is a fantastic combination, man. It's going to be hard, Pat. I'm going to tell you like this. It is going to be hard. You're putting yourself in a very, very specific area. And this is going to allow for you to make a shitload of money coming out of school, especially if you choose the right path, Pat. But I'm going to tell you like this. You're going to have to be focused, man. Your college life, which I think you need to focus on that anyway. You're going to have to, stay under the radar and not enjoy some of the fun things that go on in college. But hey, you got plenty of time to enjoy that sort of stuff later on in life. But appreciate you, my man. My brother Damien with the $4.99 super chat says tech sales, man. I'm telling you, tech sales is where it's at. Tech sales is where it's at. Guys, thank you so much again for all the super chats. Thank you so much for all your support. And until next time, this time I'm gone, guys. I'm gone this time. Peace.